Hello, everybody. My name is John Vaughn. If you don't know me, I'm somewhat famous. I did create the first ever community-owned and operated software development firm. So I actually created the software development firm Tier 5 a little, right at, I guess, 3 years ago. And just recently, I guess, within the last 30 days, I've actually raised almost $500,000 a year worth of funding and created the first ever community-owned and operated software development firm, all through Facebook with no advertising whatsoever. So I've taken on partners, essentially sold equity revenue shares in Tier 5 in the company, and given people, benefits to essentially be our investors and be the people who actually pay us, I mean me and all the software engineers that sit out here in our office. You can see our office out here. All these software engineers that sit out here to have them actually do their job. So the investors, essentially, they cover our operating costs. We build SaaS software as a service, and we sell it, and then we split up the profits that we make with our investors, with our partners, because they have a percentage of equity. It's non-votable equity. It's actually revenue shares. So it's actually awesome. Like I said, it's the first thing. It's the first time it's ever been done. I'm pretty excited about it. It took me 11 days, more or less, pretty much right at 11 days to go from zero to right at $50,000 a month. A little less. It's actually $44,000, so it equates to $500,000 a year in funding, which we only need $360,000. So about 11 days to go from zero to pretty much $45,000 a month in funding, all through Facebook, with no traditional advertising, just on ClickFunnels, on a ClickFunnels landing page, and through Facebook, making Facebook posts. So anyways, I'm about to talk to one of my partners because he joined and he purchased an upsell, which is a 1-hour conversation with me. So you're gonna get to see how that 1-hour conversation goes. I just want you to keep in mind, these guys have actually paid $100 for this 1-hour session that we're about to do right now. So I'm going to go in and check and see what time it is right now. It's 12:44 right now. So I'm just sending him the link right here. You guys can see if you want to see my screen. I'll kind of show you everything so you can see. Here's the partnership. Here's the page that they actually, here's the page that they've done it through. So if we go back, let's say, to the beginning of November and search here, you can see in here 38,000. If we go back a little bit more, I'll just do that while we're waiting on him. Say back, I think, to like right here is when I started, October 28th. 41,000 right through here. And then let's look and see, you got an order. We got a 1-hour success call here as well. All right, you see this 1-hour success call. It's $100. Let's take a look at the funnel. And we're going to talk to Bill right here. All right, Bill Smith. And I am recording this just to document all of it. Hope you like my beautiful computer here. So you can see here's information. He's bought in at this level right here. It's $300 a month. So I allowed partners to come in at different levels, gave them essentially different amounts of equity. It's not equity because it's not votable. They don't have any voting rights or decision rights. They just have a legal entitlement to what we consider the revenue of the company. We distribute it in 10,000 pieces, and then he would essentially get 30 of those pieces. So whatever our revenue pie is, we chop that revenue pie up into 10,000 pieces, and we give him 30 pieces because he's on this membership level where he commits $300 a month as an investment. All right. And he's actually went through, he's decided to become a partner here. He's bought this 1-hour success intake call, where it's a one-time offer, and he gets a 1-hour success intake call with the Tier 5 founder and CEO, John Vaughn. That's me. During this intake call that you can schedule at your convenience, the founder and CEO of Tier 5, John Vaughn, that's me. We'll go over all the things you should do immediately to start making money as a Tier 5 Plus partner and answer any questions that you may have. Only $100. This is going to be the first one that I actually recorded. You just wait for him to get here. That's him right here in the inner circle, and we're in that inner circle right here. It's a tier 5 inner circle. Those are the people that have actually purchased this $300 a month membership. You can see if you were to actually go back here, you see everything that they get as an inner circle member. They get all this stuff right here, everything, all of this stuff. So they get lots of stuff, including revenue shares of our company. So he gets 30 out of 10,000 revenue shares. And we also gave him the ability to actually recruit, bring in more partners, and increase the amount of the pie that he gets. If he brought in another partner just like this, he could get another 30 revenue shares for bringing that partner in. All right. Anyways, this offer's over. We're actually full. We had 100 of these spots available, and we actually sold 101 of those spots. So, and then we have partners that took these other spots too, these $200 and these $100 a month. So now we're just waiting for him. Tapos! Tapos! Let's see, is this guy gonna come? He is gonna come in, we're just gonna wait for him. All right, so I can pause this recording, I think, and just wait for him to come. So I did pause it, and then I'm going to pause it again, and whenever he comes, whenever he comes, I'll unpause it. So you'll just miss the ding whenever he first comes. Never mind. What's up?
Who password was that?
Tor.
Sure.
Yes. Hey, Bill. Seems like you haven't checked your shoes. Here we go. Hey, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, not too bad. You?
I'm doing great. I can't really complain. Tapos. Okay. Hey, can you ask him to turn that radio down? And good night.
Cool. Cool. Well, nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you. Sorry it's taking so long to get to the call, man.
Yeah, not to worry, not to worry. I know you've been busy, and I've been a bit busy as well. I haven't been able to put as much time in as I'd like, so I've been working away a bit. But hopefully, a bit of time now to get on track and catch up and find out how we get this sorted. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So you do technically get an hour. Most of the time, if we need to go over, I don't have any problem going over. And before we actually start, I just kind of like to give you like an overview of the format. So it's just basically going to be me. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible and explain the things that I think you should actually do right off the beginning to make sure that you're successful with anything. And then it's kind of like a Q&A where you can ask any questions, and then we can talk about whatever you want for the rest of the time. And then before you start and I actually say, hey, we're starting at this time, I just basically like to get, remember, I'm not a marketer, but I do like watch marketers and stuff. And I like to get what's called like a live testimonial, where I just essentially ask you like, hey, why did you join this partnership? And then you just kind of like tell me, hey, why did you buy this thing? What are you thinking about it? What were you thinking when you bought it? What made you actually buy it? And how you're liking it so far, all things considered.
Sure.
So if you want to start with that, that's fine.
Sure, that'll cost you $100. No problem. No problem. It's funny, John, because I joined your $1 a day thing. I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting. So let's find out what that's all about. And to be fair, I'm no marketer either, and I'm also no engineer, so I'm fucked both ways. But it was kind of. And then you started marketing to me about the partnership, etc. And I was like, oh, let's have a look at this. And it took me about 3 days to jump in there, because I wasn't really sure what it was all about. And, I watched your presentation 2 or 3 times, I think. And then I just dived in and I'm so glad I went. But it's pure chance I'm here, man. Pure chance. And
how do you find that? How do you find that $1 a day offer, by the way?
Yeah, it was okay. A bit annoying on my bank account.
How did you find it? Like, where did you?
Oh, how did I find it? I'll tell you how I found it. I'll tell you how I've got on your list, I reckon, because you emailed me, I think. I used to have, not Contact. What does the other mob call it?
Rocket Contact. So
Rocket Contact. But they cut me off when GDPR came. They said we can't do Europe, etc. They were looking for a renewal, and I was like, no, I think it was quite expensive for the year. So, and I didn't really get a lot of value out of it because I wasn't using it so much. But then I got this, I didn't recognize RoboContact at first, but when I looked at it, I thought, oh, I know this platform. So that's how I reckon I ended up on your list, I guess. So did you obviously designed that and sold it to them or something? Is that how that worked?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. So yeah, we built it.
Yeah.
We built the software and then modified it afterwards. So we kind of had a little joint partnership with them where we were working and building a different software for those clients, and then we kind of did like a joint venture on Rocket Contact where they paid a really low price for the development in exchange for the fact that we were partnering and they were going to market it. And then after the fact, after we launched with them and we did a joint venue, they wanted to keep all the money on their own, and so we worked out an agreement where they could do that, and then we could also have the software that we actually developed in an agreement to a joint venture, and we both kind of kept ours, and then we just actually kept updating ours and kept ours maintained and adding new features to ours, and they didn't. So I mean, we didn't do anything with it for a while, and then once we released other platforms, especially text and bulk that talks hand in hand with it, then we kind of revisited it and started ramping it up and stuff like that. So.
Cool. Yeah, so that's obviously how I ended up, and then so it's just good timing on my.
What made you what was the thing that decided? Okay, fine, I'm in this. I want to be part of this. What was like?
Well, I've been looking for something. Like I say, I'm not a marketer, online marketer, although I've done a lot of offline stuff. But I'm not an online marketer. But I've been looking for something that I can get involved in and learn from. Plus, I just saw a good opportunity, to be fair. I could just let you guys get on with it, and I'll take my money when it comes every month. That kind of makes me happy too, and that's one of the main reasons. Yeah, there was the I like the software, and I'm thinking unlimited, blah blah blah. What could I do with that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you was already getting that same thing for $1 a day, and then you basically 10x and are now paying like 10 times more than what you were paying, but you're getting a lot more in addition to that. Like you said, the ability to not only keep using the software, but to then just kind of let us sit back and do our thing, and whatever we create as it becomes profitable, which you can see how it would be profitable because you're already wanting to pay to use the softwares. As that creates this big pool of profits, then we redistribute that out back to you for essentially enabling us to be able to build all these different softwares.
Yeah, it seems like a marriage made in heaven, man. So that's where I come from. I've kind of hopefully recognized a good investment as well. Not only my time, but so I'll be able to go and tour the world while you're making me loads of money. It sounds like a plan.
It does actually sound like a win-win situation for our. And you didn't need any actually physical chat with anybody. It's literally like the the funnel and the video, between the video and the funnel, that gave you all the information that you needed to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the presentation on the actual, it was so off the wall. Let's put it that way. It wasn't a normal presentation that I've usually been hit with, and that's also attracted me, if I'm perfectly honest.
That's definitely because I'm not.
It was different, and I like that, and I like the, and the fact that it's very clever. I'm not a marketer, but probably one of the best I've ever seen. However, it also interests me the fact that you are a software engineer and you understand all that, where I don't, and I've never had that sort of relationship before with anybody. So that's good.
It's been a help in running to be honest, like being a software engineer myself, I think has been a really big help for me in running a software engineering company, because like, I understand the basics of business, obviously, because I got an education and all that. So like accounts, balance sheets, the basic marketing that everybody would get in a US type of college scenario, where it's like, okay, let's well round you. But my core is software engineering. So I think that's been one of my advantages. It's like, I understand software engineering. So like whenever I talk to somebody and say, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, how long is it going to take? I can understand, like, are they being serious? Can this even be done? I can begin to entertain things because like I could do it all my own. So it's been a big advantage. It's been a big advantage for real. And then we had essentially with the reseller accounts, with the extra agency accounts, it kind of gives you the provision where you can make an investment, and with a little bit of work right now, until you're just sitting back drinking mojitos collecting a check from us, with a little bit of work right now, you can actually make that investment back plus some, where the opportunity doesn't cost you anything at all, which is, that's a little bit more than just sit back and relax and do nothing but pay, the $300 a month you're paying. It's okay, I got to do a little bit upfront work. I do a little bit upfront work. Worst case scenario, I can break even. And sometime in the future, I'm going to start seeing real returns from this investment that no longer cost me anything out of my pocket. If I do a little bit more work, then I can see some immediate returns right now. And then sometime in the future, I'll also see even more returns from what we do as a whole, as an aggregate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked, because I'm not a marketer, and I was actually really concerned about, hey, is this going to work? And it took us like 11 days, right around 11 days from start to like actually saying, hey, we're releasing this and we're promoting this and launching it, to actually having, let's say, our first partner, to being actually oversold, where we're like 27% oversold now, which is not a big deal because it just gives us a little bit of more extra capital to expand and accelerate things a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. It's pissed me off a bit, but because I came in a bit late, so I couldn't get anybody else in. I would have liked that, but that's like, so I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm happy to get involved, and I'd like to make some money on it, and then to make, not just from the share option, but to use these, somehow use these softwares to make a little bit of money back as well.
Sure.
My business is kind of getting a bit rougher. So, and I'm not getting any younger. Although I do look young, I know that. But
you're from Scotland?
Yeah, Glasgow originally. Yeah. So you ever been to God's country?
No, I haven't, but it's on the list. One of our other partners, she's not an inner circle partner. She's a basic partner. Her name's Lindsay. She started as a community member and then moved to a partner. She's also, I think she lives in Glasgow.
Does she? Yeah. So, that's, but I live in London. I have done for nearly 28 years now. So, all my kids have grown up around here, so I can't really go back as such, But I can't remember what I was saying there. But that's my life story, really. Oh, yeah, it's just to make some money back, understand how I can use them. I haven't used any of my balance yet or anything like that. I'm not quite sure how to use this API, and just find my way around it. That's why I did that little upgrade for the $100 to have a chat with you and try and figure some of this out.
Well, speaking of that, I'm glad you actually did that, and I'm glad that you are a partner and you decided to join the inner circle. I do have a lot of big things planned plan for you guys. And I have actually made financial projections on what everything looks like. It's actually 1:02 p.m. right now, so if you want, I can just kind of dive in with everything, kind of go as fast as possible to give you like all my information, what I think you need to do. And then from there, if you have any questions after that, we can go over those and answer any questions that you have. So I'm just going to share my screen here real quick.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to share my screen, and then for now, I'm just going to get rid of all that and then bring a new little thing down here. First and foremost thing is just make sure you're in all three of these groups. Make sure if you're an inner circle member, make sure you're in the inner circle group. Make sure you're actually in the partnership group, and then make sure you're in the community group as well. And if it seems like it's overwhelming that we have so many groups, there is a reason for that, and I'll kind of give you the top-down level of that. So the inner circle people, and you're one of those, the inner circle people, since you guys are actually contributing the most amount of money, I'm making a logical assumption, and I'm assuming that you guys are most likely a little bit better off in your decisions in life than most of the other people because you were able to afford the higher level membership and it just made sense to you. Let me get that membership. One, because it costs a little bit more money and you just looked at the offer and decided, okay, this is actually the best offer. So I'm just assuming you have a little bit more brains because either you could see what the best offer was and you went for that, or you just financially had the extra money to be able to afford that. And because of that reason, I'm using you guys. All right, so you guys have revenue shares into your 5. It is all legal, and we're preparing all the legal paperwork for you to have legal claims to the revenue, but you don't have traditional equity. Traditional equity also allows you a voting right, all right? So you don't have that traditional equity where you actually have a voting right. You have a legal claim to the percentage of revenue that you have based on the revenue shares issued to you, okay? So that you do have a legal claim to. The voting right that you guys have is kind of like pseudo voting right, all right? As you're the inner circle member, you guys are like, let's say, my top tier advisors. As I'm trying to figure out, hey, what are the best things for us to do? You guys are the people that I'm going to be validating ideals off of. And I'm going to always be querying you guys and saying, well, what do you think about this? What do you think we should do about this? Kind of like we've already done with several posts in here where I've asked you, like, hey, here's the actual agreement for the revenue shares. What are your thoughts about this? Is this good? Is it going to help retain everybody? Like I've done with other polls in here as far as getting your guys' feedback. You guys are like my first line of defense on what should Tier 5 be doing. If we're going to build a new software, what do you guys think it should be? What should we really focus on? Why? Because I'm assuming you guys are the smartest out of all of them because you either had enough money to do the thing, which means you must have been smart at some point to be able to have the extra money that the other people don't, or you just saw the great offer and you're like, okay, that's the best thing. Even if I don't have the money, I'll make it back. So that's kind of what the inner circle group is for. It's kind of like an elite group where we're going to actually do the planning, all right? And we're assuming that these people, since you guys have the most claim to revenue, that you guys are going to be the ones that are really participating the most to make sure that this endeavor is a very profitable one, because the more profitable it is, you guys have the biggest benefit because you have like 3 times as much incentive as the basic partners. They get 10 revenue shares, you get 30. All right. So that's kind of the goal for this group. All right. You'll see in here, like for example, you'll see this, like this post. Not really a post that should be in the inner circle. This post should probably be in the partnership where other people could also benefit from this post, all right? This post right here definitely shouldn't be in the inner circle. This post should actually be in the community because it's how does this software work? That's something that should go in the community, all right? So the inner circle, we are going to discuss high-level ideals, and we're going to actually be the ones really managing and operating this company. We're going to be the ones making the decisions on what we should do, all right? The partnership, this is everybody that owns a revenue share in Tier 5. Some of them don't get to participate in the decision making. They don't get to be the first line of people like, what do you think about this? We don't really ask in this group, what do you think about this? We just say, hey, here's what we're going to do. I hope you like it. How did we come up with that ideal of what we're going to do? Well, we had a 2-week chat about it in the inner circle, and all the inner circle members that wanted to talk about it, they gave their opinion. All right. So inner circle, we kind of formulate ideals. The partnership, these are all partners. So we just kind of tell them, hey, what we're doing. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that based on these discussions in the inner circle. The community, they don't own us. They don't have any revenue or equity stake in Tier 5 at all. They just get to use our software. They're like beta testers, all right? So partners get to be, this is like the support group, like the ClickFunnels official group. This is like the support group where it's, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? How are you using this in your business? How should I use that in my business? It is all around our actual software and the affiliates that are actually promoting our software. As partners, at the end of the day, as partners, we don't really want to be promoting software. We want affiliates to do that, and we just want to sit back and collect a check, right? That's kind of what investment is. A lot of investment, like you give some money and then you don't do anything but wait. You give money and time and you get money back. So the community group is like, there are beta testers, there are users that are going to actually, as we decide, let's build this new software, we're going to release that to the community because they get access to all our software. We're going to say, hey, here's a new software, go test it out. Oh, hey, here's marketing materials, go promote and sell this software. So any questions about how to use a software or strategies, those should all go in the actual community group, all right?
Yeah, but they have to pay $97 a month to be in that group, is that right?
Right now, it's $97 a month, correct. As we add more and more users to that, the price will go up as we add users to it. We don't want everybody to be in the community, but we want to have, like, when we launch a software, we want a software that's fully tested, and we can't do that with 35 engineers. We need 500 users to go in and test it. So we need 2,000, 4,000 people in the community, so that when we release a new software, they automatically get access to it. They go test it for us, make sure everything works, make sure it's usable, make sure they understand it, so that by the time, like let's say, by the time we push it to the market, all right? If we see that 10% of the people in the community that are using the software have the same question, well, before we release it to the market, we probably want to add some way to answer that question automatically so our support doesn't spike, because now we've got, you know, instead of 500 people, we got 500,000 people, and 10% of that are all asking the same question. So they basically ensure that whenever we launch a product to the actual market, that it's fully tested and it's going to be a smooth launch, and we're not going to have issues. Any issues that we would have, we mitigate in the pseudo launch to the community. We're like, here's a new software. Let's say you guys have a month to go check it out. That way we can tweak it and fix it so that whenever we're actually say, okay, it's ready, you can promote it now, then everything's perfect. We don't have any issues, all right? So yes, they do have to pay a fee because they get access to all our software, all current and future software.
And they get to sell it, don't they?
They get
affiliates.
Commission. Correct. The only way that you can be an affiliate of our software products, there's 2 ways you can be. I guess there's 3 ways you can be an affiliate. You can be a partner, and as a partner, you're able to also promote our softwares and get an affiliate commission if you run out of those agency accounts. All right. You can be a community member. If you're a community member, then you can promote our softwares and make a profit, all right? Or you can be a super affiliate. If you're a super affiliate and you're somebody that we know, okay, this person, and like if Russell Bronson says, hey, I want to promote your software products, I'm not going to be like, yo, dude, you got to pay me $97 a month. Exactly. Super affiliate. I know he's going to produce results, right? So it's kind of those 3 categories. If you're not a super affiliate and we don't understand, look, if this dude promotes, it's going to be awesome, then you got to pay $97 if you want to make money from us, all right? Now, anybody can promote. You don't have to be a community member to promote. You do have to be a community member to get paid. So you can just sign up and not pay us anything and go promote our software. But in order to actually get that payment, get your commission payment, you have to be a community member. You have to pay for the membership. Or you have to be one of the super affiliates or a partner. So
yeah, got you on that. Yeah, I understand.
So first thing is kind of join the groups. All right.
I'm in them all. Yeah.
The next thing is going to be to get into our affiliate dashboard. All right. How you get to our affiliate dashboard is you can just go, if you're an Inner Circle member like you are, you can just go into the Inner Circle, you can go to the units, and you can go to the first unit here where it says grab your affiliate accounts, and you can just follow this unit, and you're just going to click this button right here. Have you been able to log into this?
I'm in all the Facebook groups, and I'm in the dashboard, and I have done the ClickFunnels, what do you call it? Affiliate number. I've done that. Yeah. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Hear me, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah. So I've updated the profile with ClickFunnels affiliate. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
So you're in here. Looks like you have your ClickFunnels affiliate ID, so you already have that set up, right? If you didn't have that set up, all you would do is you would just click on this, and then this would actually just take you where you have to go through another little sign-up process. It doesn't cost you any money, and once you actually go through that sign-up process, you just had to go into like this. And then you just had to grab your affiliate ID from here, and then you just post that affiliate ID into this section here. All right, so all that's done.
Yep.
All right, I can see that you do have access to manage accounts here, and you do have access to the API. Okay. So here, this is what allows you to add users to your accounts. All right. So now,
when you, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you can go ahead. Ask whatever question that you have.
So I'm a bit confused about the API. Have I already done that, or what?
Well, the API is for third-party integrations. All right. So the API is for a third-party integration. All right. You can either go in. Let's say you want to give somebody a robo-contact account. Hopefully you don't want to give it to them. Yeah. Hopefully you want to sell it to them so that you can start to make that $300 a month investment back. All right. So you have several options. You can use your Invoicing You account, and you can just create an invoice page, kind of like this invoice page right here. All right. So this is an invoice page that I created through Invoicing You. And it sells it sells text in bulk for $97 a month. All right. So you can create an invoicing page like this. Somebody can go in and buy text in bulk from you for $97 or for $50, whatever you're selling it at. And then once they pay you, you can go in and you can say, okay, hey, I need to manually come in and I need to manually add a text in bulk user with whatever their email address is, and then I need to add them. Once I add them, then I need to just tell them, hey, you can log into text in bulk, use your email, and use this password right here, and you can log into your account. All right? If you don't...
Right. So those invoices you've created, they're not linked to me. They're linked to you, aren't they?
Correct.
Right?
This is linked to me. You can create your own because this is created with Invoicing You, and you have access to this software.
Okay. Yeah, got you.
So you can go into Invoicing You and you can create your own invoices, and whenever people pay you, you can manually add their accounts. If you don't want to do it manually, then you can use our API. So if you don't want to manually, like for example, all right, we're about to go over this, but for example, if you go in here to the units, after this, which you've done all this affiliate accounts, your next thing is you can set up your funnels, all right? If you click this link right here, this link will download a file, and this file has all my funnels on it, all right? Here's my robo-contact funnel. This is my robo-contact funnel that I built to sell robo-contact, all right? Looks like this. A user can go in and purchase robo-contact. You can set this up on your own. You can use this share funnel, and that will give you a ClickFunnels account with this robo-contact funnel inside it already, all right? And then you can just, have you ever used ClickFunnels before?
No. So does that do I have to buy a ClickFunnels account or do I use yours? Is that I
you,
don't understand.
you would have to have your own ClickFunnels account if you want to use ClickFunnels. All right. So
Okay.
you don't have to use ClickFunnels if you don't want to. These share funnels just allow you to have this funnel and edit it with your payment information so you can collect the money. You can change your price point and put on a different price point and then hook up your payment system, whether it's PayPal or Stripe or however you want to get your money. And then somebody can come to your domain. Instead of going to RoboContact, they can go to your domain and they can buy this software, and then you're going to get the money for it. And then once they buy this software, instead of you manually coming in and saying, okay, I got a new sale, what was that guy's email address? Okay, he bought RoboContact, here's his email address, let me add his email address. You can actually just use our API and you can tie into ClickFunnels or whatever page that you're building through Zapier, and then you can actually create those accounts with an API. So that may be a little bit more technical for you, and you may not want to do that. It depends on how many accounts that you plan on selling and how quick you plan on selling them.
Yeah. Okay. Did
So,
you sort my API out?
I could, yeah, sure. I could, yeah. I would most likely prefer not to do that and hook you up with one of my engineers and have them do that over me.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant, really. But yeah,
somebody could.
Is that?
Somebody could do that. Yes, that is not actually a service that we include in your membership fees. But if you need that done, that's something I could arrange for you. Sure.
Okay. Is there a video on this to follow?
Yeah, there is a video on how to actually set up how to use this API and how to use it with Zapier. All right. We could set up the API integration for you, but because it's really simple, it's copy and paste. It will take us not a lot of time. But that shouldn't turn into, can you also set up my funnel for me? Could you also do this for me? Could you also do that for me?
Yeah, I want to learn to do that. So, you know, if there's instruction, I can do it. I can follow, you know, I can copy and paste, for God's sake. So
regardless of whether you're using Invoicing You, regardless of whether you use Invoicing You, or you use something like ClickFunnels, or you use something like Builderall, or some other little website builder, maybe you want to use WordPress. It doesn't matter how you build your page where you're going to sell the software. You don't even have to build a page if you don't want to. You can just tell somebody, look, it's this. They cost $47 a month. I'm going to get you this, let's say this account right here for $97 a month. All right, here's my PayPal link. Pay me some money. Once you pay me some money, you can manually go in and you can say, okay, I'm going to add your account. This API just allows you to do different automations so that you can just have a funnel like this, and then people can go to your funnel, and if they purchase, whenever they purchase, you can use our API, and our API will do everything automatically in the back end where you don't have to manually do this.
So I'm not going to sell thousands, so I would probably just do it manually then, yeah?
That's up to you, yes. Like if you plan on selling some and you just plan, okay, I just want to sell 10 so that I can make my money back, and then I don't want to do it anymore, then you can just do it manually. If you plan, okay, I'm going to sell 100, 200, then maybe at that point you may want to actually set up the integration so that you don't have to go in 100 times and do this manually. You want to set up the integrations. That's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I get it now. I get that now. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
So if you need help with the API, we can help with we can help with the API. There is a video on how to actually do it, and then I mean it does require you have some type of way to actually sell the thing. All right. Like if you're gonna make your money back, then okay. So you have two ways you can make your money back. One way is you can just come in here and you can grab your affiliate links and you can say, oh, hey, I want to promote RoboContact, so I'm going to promote this link right here. And if somebody actually purchases through this link, you're going to get 70% of that. Then you don't have to do anything. You're just not making 100%. All right? They're not going to be able to get this price point for this. because you're not going to be setting your own prices. You're just going to send somebody to our website, and if they purchase through your link, you're going to get 70% commission on it. That's the easiest way. It requires you to do nothing but grab this link and somehow get traffic to it. If you want to promote text in bulk, or if you want to promote sticky reviews, you can just grab this link. If you want to promote the community, if you want to promote the community membership, you just grab this link and you send somebody to this link and you say, hey, go join this. And if they end up purchasing, then you'll get 70% commission on this. You didn't have to do anything. If you want the 100% commission, all right, if you want to say, hey, look, instead of selling RoboContact for $297, I'm going to sell it for $47, and I want 100% of that 47, 70% isn't good enough, you have to do a couple things. You have to somehow get the payment from that person into your own bank account. That's on you, how you get the payment. Once you get the payment, you have to come in and you have to create that user account and say, hey, one of my RoboContact accounts, I just sold one, that user needs an account set up, so you have to manage it either manually or through the API. It's just
Okay. Yeah.
it's you determining how much work you want to do versus how much money that you're going to make. All right. If let's say you don't really need the money, and it's not. Let's say you don't really need the money right now, so it's not a big thing, and you don't really feel like doing a bunch of shit. If that's you, then your best option is probably just to go in and get these affiliate links, and then just promote these affiliate links, because everything's already done for you, and you're getting 70% of that. And guess what? The other 30%. You're getting a portion of that, because that goes back into the pool of revenue that gets distributed to you and all the partners. So you get 70% plus a little bit more, because that ends up accumulating. That extra 30% goes into the kitty that gets distributed back into the partners. So that's your quickest point of entry to make your money back, is just go in and promote some of these.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to learn all this other stuff so that you have those skills in the future, then you should go the other route. If you want to learn how to build funnels, if you want to learn how to do simple API integrations and simple automations so that you expand your own skill set, then you should definitely choose the other route. You should go in and actually build your own funnels, create your own little sales pages, and then whenever people buy stuff, create little automations and use our API, because that will allow you to build an additional skill set that you may want in the future. I don't know if you want that or not. Only you can answer that question.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see that. I can figure that out and see if that's the route I want to take. It might be just as easy to get a ClickFunnels account, use everything you've done so far, and just figure out this API. I can do it that way. Or like you just said, just use the affiliate, you know. What I think I'll probably do is just probably cover my spend and then sell it by affiliate. I don't see why not, because that way the company's getting the money back, isn't it?
Sure.
So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not into giving it away for free, but there might be. So for instance, if I wanted to give away sticky reviews, for instance, I could do that and then sell them the rest. I could sell all of them for a certain fee. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go in and say, hey, what's your email? Put them in sticky reviews, add that account, and just tell them, okay, hey, log in. Your email is your email, and here's your password. Go ahead and log in, and he has a sticky reviews account.
So that's it, but yeah.
You can go in, let's say you have a buddy, his name's Brian, all right? So it's brian@email.com, all right? So you just do that. Well, this is what you should do, okay? I'm assuming that, okay? See there he is right there, all right? So that dude will just go, you see he showed up right there. Here's Brian. We just created his account, Brian. See
yeah.
Showed up?
Yeah, I see that now.
So now Brian can just go in. He can log in. and now Brian's logged in. All right.
Right.
So if you want to tell
So
Brian
that
you can't log in anymore, you can suspend him, and he gets suspended. I think he actually changed something here. So now this guy's actually suspended.
because he has, yeah, okay.
So if he tries to log back in again, you see he's suspended, so it won't let him log in. You can unsuspend him, give him access again, where now he can log in. And if you want, you can just delete them and say, hey, you don't get access anymore because why? I wanted to give you a 30-day free trial and then have you buy it for me, and you didn't buy it, so I'm just going to delete you. All right? And then if you delete him, then he doesn't have access anymore. He can't use the account anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
So yes, if you want to give away accounts for free as part of your offer, you can do that. I recommend not doing it as try to do it as less as possible, because like if you were to actually look at my click sticky reviews, all right? Now keep in mind I don't do any marketing at all. Like I don't run Facebook ads. I very rarely send out emails because I'm not a marketer. I'm an engineer. But if you look just today somewhere in here, there's a robo contact. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here paid $15 a month for sticky reviews. So it's just organic traffic, no paid advertising. So no reason to really give it away for free when people will actually pay for it. So that's $15 a month that you could get from a user instead of giving it away for free. But if you want to give it away for free, you do have X amount of accounts, and you can kind of do whatever you want with them right now. Now that may change in the future. In the future, you may not be able to give them away for free, but that is based on the collective things that we're doing as a partner. So if you want to always be able to give them away for free, well, guess what? As an Inner Circle member, then you need to go in and actually give your input on the discussions that we have, because we've already had a discussion on what should we do with these limits. Should we make people give them at a minimum price point?
Yeah, I've kind of been reading them. I've been having a look and seeing. I understand I can see where some people are a bit upset because partly coming in was, you said, unlimited free accounts. But if you're a realist, you understand that you can't give all this stuff away for free. Or get no business.
Everything still is unlimited. So we haven't actually made a decision. It's up for us as partners to work together and make the logical decisions. Now, we're like 27% overfunded. So if the majority of the partners say, look, unlimited accounts is stupid, let's not do it, then we cannot do it. And if we lose some partners, we lose some partners. We bring more back in who come into it knowing, okay, you're not going to have unlimited. You'll have 50. And that 50 on 7 different softwares, that's 350 different accounts that people pay me money for. They should be able to pay you money. And even if you just sell $1 a month for each account, that still gives you a $50 profit. It's not costing you anything to be an Inner Circle member. You're making, 12.5% return on your investment without doing anything. And that's at $1 per account. So I've got people paying $300 a month for text in bulk. You sell one text in bulk account at $300, you made your money back. So 50 shouldn't be enough if that's what we agreed to. So you
can't use that use that in Europe at the moment, can you? Text in bulk.
Not right now, but we are working on that as we speak. Most of our engineering time right now is I still have until the beginning of the year, the first of the year, to fully be detached from all my clients and all the projects that I had in queue whenever we got funded. But every spare resource I have right now that isn't working on a client project is working on text in bulk. And then come the first of the year, as I'm released of all client projects and we won't be working for any clients at all, then we're going to full blown. We're planning on relaunching that platform end of February, where it should be global at that time. It will have a new design ready but not implemented. So probably around the end of March, we'll have the new design implemented as well.
Yeah, it's fair enough, isn't it? It's all right. People can still have it if they want to buy it, but with the idea that it will come online eventually if I'm selling it over here. That is
Right, and they can still use it anywhere with the +1 area code. So they can still use it to do all the business that they want to do in the U.S. It just won't service Europe yet, but it will soon enough.
okay. One of the downsides about texting in the UK anyway is the cost of texting. Quite expensive here.
Well, it's like less than
yeah, in the US it is, isn't it?
yeah.
So would we get to use US texting accounts, or would we have to have?
Well, you're going to use Twilio.
European.
It uses so. If we look at the actual pricing for a programmable SMS,
it's about 4p a text.
What's up?
There is no logic in sticky reviews, like if there is any delay in the sticky reviews, the exit pop-up should not come. There is no logic like that, right?
No, the exit pop-up is just as soon as somebody tries to exit, it pops up.
Because right now the logic is if it's more than 0 second delay in the sticky reviews, exit pop-up is not showing.
No,
if it's 0 second, then it's coming.
We don't care about the delay for the exit.
For the sticky,
not for the exit pop-up. The exit pop-up just as soon as somebody tries to exit, it pops up. The delay is for the actual sticky review campaign. But yes, you're 4. I guess this is 4 cents. I'm assuming this is still in dollars, though. I think it's still in dollars. I don't think it's converted the currency to. I'm not sure. I'm assuming since there's a dollar sign, they haven't converted it to pounds. And this is 4 American cents if you want to text inside the United Kingdom. We can easily check by looking at India and see what they're saying in India. $0.01. So yes, I would say that it's the equivalent of 4 cents converted into pounds.
I think it's 4 pence actually.
No, it's definitely not 4 pounds. It's going to be 4 American cents.
No, 4 pennies.
It's going to be 4 American pennies converted to pounds. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4 English pennies. That was all. Yeah, maybe it's right. But if I go on,
I'm going to say it's not because they're showing a. I'm going to say it's 3. I'm going to say it's 3. Whatever they call your pennies.
Pennies. Pence.
But it doesn't just do text messages. It also does phone calls and also does emails.
Yeah.
So and
it looks good. I've had a wee look around it.
And it is. I mean, it is a cost, but it depends. I mean, if you have an opt-in list, and they've opted in and they're saying, yeah, hey, I want to get text messages from you, it's a very good way to get their attention because you're going to get a lot more response from this as you will from an actual email address. And there's lots of applications for this. I mean, you can do a password reset, a code with this, like password reset code with a text message. There's lots of different applications on why you may want to actually send a text message to a client or an employee. So.
Okay, yeah, it was just a question. It's not that important at the moment anyway. Like I don't want you to focus on that. It's just a thought. That was all. Set you off in the wrong direction there.
So it will be available shortly. So basically,
yeah,
you can make money by selling the accounts, and you kind of have your option. If you sell the accounts on your own, you do keep 100% of that. It's up to you how you collect the money, and you have to somehow manage the accounts either manually or through our API setup, or you can promote as an affiliate and get your 70% commission on T1 sales and your 30% commission on Tier 2 sales. That's up to you. If you want to sell stuff, then I showed you in the group where you can find all the funnels at. So that was in the unit section in the group where you can find all my share funnels. It basically gives you a document like this, and you can see whatever funnel that you want. You can just click it, and that will give you that funnel inside your ClickFunnels account if you want to use ClickFunnels. If you want to use something else, you can, but it's up to you to build the funnels. We don't do that for you. You'll have to build it in whatever system that you want to build it and collect the payment however you want to collect it. So that kind of goes over. What I've recommended people doing is this promo sells really, really easy. If you make a post on your Facebook page and say, hey, I can get you, $1,000 worth of software for $1 a day, this is the same thing that you bought, right? So, I mean, you bought this software for $1 a day. So you can see, hey, if you go in and sell 10 of these, now you're breaking even. If you sell $10 a day bundles, you just broke even. You got your $300 back. This didn't cost you anything. And then you can either sell more at a higher price, sell more at the same price, or go on vacation and wait for us, just allow us time, wait for us to do our job so that you start getting paid from the revenue shares. But something like this, a promo like this, is a very easy entry point where you can just sell 10 of these on your own Facebook page to your own friends and just be like, hey, this software will help you out. It's just $1 a day. Check it out. If you like it, then you can keep it. It's a great deal. If you don't like it, you can cancel. And maybe it cost you $7 because you were on it for 7 days until you decided to cancel, and then you don't cancel. Well, I only have this offer available for 5 days. So, I mean, go in and take it up now. And most people in the partnership, they've got their money back instantly just by going in and doing this within 2 or 3 days.
This is a ClickFunnels, isn't it? What I'm looking at now. ClickFunnels.
Correct, and it is in here. It's right here. It says $1 a day promotion. Yeah. And you can just click this, and that will actually do something like this. And this is, if you just want only this $1 a day funnel, it's $19 a month through ClickFunnels. If you want to have more than one funnel, then you got to pay $97 a month if you want to have more than one funnel. If you want to be able to create your own funnels and have more than one funnel. If you only want just this funnel that you can connect your payment, then it's like $19 a month just for the one funnel, but you can't create your own and you can't have other funnels. You can just have this one and then you can edit it however you want. So that's up to you. Or you can use a complete, or you can use Invoicing You. If you want Invoicing You, you can literally use Invoicing You. That's completely up to you how you do that.
Okay, John, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll figure that out. That's
and then the other,
I'll figure it out.
So you got the Facebook groups, you got the affiliate dashboard, and then the other thing is just getting into the softwares, making sure that you understand the softwares, if you plan to use them or if you plan to sell them. So if you plan to sell them, it's probably going to be a little bit easier, especially if you plan on making, now like if you plan to do the $1 a day, you don't really have to use the softwares or know anything about them. You can just say, hey, look, it's just $1 a day. Go check it out. If you like it, buy it. If you don't buy it. If you're going to try to sell text in bulk, or if you're going to try to sell RoboContact for $150 a month, you probably want to know a little bit about RoboContact. So if somebody asks you questions, you can answer those questions and actually make your sale. That's up to you. So that would be the third thing, is either go in and use the software because they will help you in your own business, or it will help you be able to sell them to other people.
All right, buddy. Yep, sounds good.
So Facebook groups, just make sure you participate in them. Keep an eye on the Inner Circle group, because there's a reason that you're in the Inner Circle group, and that's like where the most privileged data set is there. Your affiliate dashboard, went over that. Use the software so that you can, use them in your own business or be able to sell them easy. And then just participate as much as you can in the Inner Circle group in our discussions, so that I mean, your voice, I mean, you are a partner, and there's a benefit for us to be successful, so that your voice, we want all the partners' voices to know, hey, what are you guys thinking, so that collectively we can come up with the best ideas. So just provide that. Other than that, you're pretty much all set to go, other than whatever questions that you have.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm a member of that. I've been watching them quite closely and trying to. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there, so it's quite interesting to follow it. You know, I haven't been on the community one much, I must admit, but I have been on the inner circle.
Not as much action.
Round table. Eh?
Not as much action. A lot more action happens in the inner circle group than anywhere else. The community, like I said, it's really meant just to be a support group for the softwares.
Yeah.
So that's everything I got. So now it's kind of whatever questions or things you want to talk about.
Can't think now. Let me think. So basically, I can do what I like with this software, is what we're saying. However, it would be foolish just to be given such good software away for free. What's it going to do for me? It might build a list for me, but other than that, it's not going to make me any money, is it? So, but I wouldn't mind using maybe one of them as a link, as some sort of bait, and getting some sign-ups and start selling it. And that worries me slightly. For instance, what if I did a post and it was really popular and I gave away 1,000 link wizards and sold 100 accounts? What's the consequence of that? Is quite big, isn't it? We don't really want to be doing anything like that.
Well,
how would I control it? Just by saying is 100 available and that's it, or something like that?
You can set a control on your post. You do have a limit right now of 1,000 in your account, and it's really what your end goal is. So, I mean, do you think that's even possible? If you think that's even possible, then you go in and before you say, hey, I've got unlimited of these, you just pre-frame it and say, hey, look, I've got 15 of these accounts that I can sell for free, or I got 15 of these accounts, I'll give them to you for $10 a month, or whatever price point that you want on it, and you just pre-frame it before you actually make the offer and set a limit on
it. Yeah, I've got a reasonably large LinkedIn profile. I've got about 5,500 business owners in there. You might get use out of something like this, but that's a lot, so I could probably get rid of a couple of hundred on there if I wanted to, That's where I've been a little bit hesitant in starting to use it, figuring out what's the best way to roll with it. So, okay, okay. I'll just be looking to get my money back, and then it's hey ho from there. That's it. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I would suggest to everybody at first.
Yeah.
If this is a financial burden to you, first do what you need to do to get your money back and know, okay, hey, this is an awesome investment because it's going to pay off over time, and it's actually not costing me anything right now because somebody else is paying for it for me because they got some of my software accounts. Then from there, you can decide, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to kick back and not do anything? Or do I want to make a little bit more money? If I want to make a little bit more money, am I going to do the same thing that I just did to break even? Or am I going to take a different approach so I can actually, instead of making $1 a day, that I can make $3 a day? Because instead of charging 30 bucks a month, I'm charging 90 bucks a month for the same thing. So I'm going to do a little bit more work. I'm going to sell the same amount. If I sell the same amount at the 90 bucks, then instead of just breaking even, I'm essentially making 3 times profit, right? I'm making a 300% return because I'm making the same amount at 3 times value and I'm already covered. So I'm making 3 times more. And then you can decide again, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to make even more money right now? Or do I want to sit and wait because I don't want to work that hard? It's all up to you. But the first thing I always recommend people do if you don't have an unlimited, if you're going to look at this $300 a month and at any time say, look, I actually need this to do this other thing because I'm limited by my own financial budget, then first thing you do, go break even. Because then at that point, you've done two things. One, you never actually look at that situation and say, hey, do I need to stop paying John because I need this money for something else? Because you're technically not paying me. Somebody else is paying me. They're paying me through you. They're paying you. You're paying me, so you're breaking even. And two, you've proven to yourself the model that instead of paying John, instead of not paying John, he's given me these tools where if I need an extra $300, I can do a little bit of work. I can make an extra $300. Now that other thing's covered. Oh, I need an extra $700. Okay, so I do a little bit more work. I make an extra $700. Now that other thing's covered. You've proven to yourself that when you need money, you in this opportunity, you have the tools necessary to go out and actually generate that money. So it's a win-win for everybody. You continue to be a partner, which funds us, and then you either break even or you make extra money. And then in the long run, you still have that long-term play as we launch more and more successful software and that kitty becomes real big, you actually start to see, you know, returns from your slices of that pie. So first thing, definitely go in and actually break even. And then once you break even, kind of look and see, okay, what do I want to do? Then you can actually stop and really think, okay, what's my next step that I want to do? Do I want to make a couple extra pennies? Do I want to make an extra $300 a month by selling this at a really low price? Or do I, like Ron essentially, he didn't take the low route, all right? He literally went into his list and he said, look, guys, I've got this opportunity. You're going to get $1,000 a month worth of software, and you're going to get it for $50 a month. I will do it if I get 6 people to say yes right now. He got 10 people to say yes. As soon as he got 10 people, he said, okay, that's it. You guys make a commitment. You pay me because that's all it is. And then he got his 10 people. Now he's making $500, and so he's making a $200 profit. Now he's making even more than that because he's not doing $50 anymore. He said, look, guys, I already gave you the $50 option. Now you guys can buy, you want to buy RoboContact? It's $97 a month for that one software. So now he has a higher approach where he's like, okay, already broke even, so I can wait longer to get the higher return instead of saying, look, it's $1 a day. He just did that, and he didn't do $1 a day. He said $50 a month. He just did that so he could quickly break even. Now he doesn't have to worry about anything. Now he can play kind of the longer game and say, okay, yeah, I can get you RoboContact. It's $97 a month. You want it? You don't. If you wanted it at $50 a month, well, guess what? You should have been one of those first 10 that said that you wanted it. You didn't. I don't have that available anymore. Now I can get it at this price. If you want it, then you can have it. If you don't, then you don't get it.
Okay. All right, buddy. Yeah. I'm going to look into it and see what. Probably go down. Quite like the $1 a day. It might work for me, I think. I think that might work. Okay. So what's next then?
From my side, it's whatever other questions you have. I've kind of outlined to you what
How did you end up?
How
did you end up in India, by the way?
Yeah.
Hello?
A girl.
Yeah. Is it?
A girl, and just, you know, I was doing freelance programming. I was doing freelance programming. I was competing with these guys over here. So I eventually decided not to compete with them, just hire them to do my stuff and just employ them. And since I was already employing them, I came over here to meet some of them because I was actually sending, you know, $10,000 a month over here and of money to people I never even met before. So I figured, okay, let me go meet these guys and let me actually establish a business, a real business in this model. Then that led to just me, okay, well, I need to move over here and I need to actually set up my own company and eliminate these guys. But just, it's a good spot. I guess the internet, you know, it's like I was working as a freelancer. I was doing the work, and then I kind of realized that I don't really want to do this stuff. I can do it, but it's not challenging enough for me. It's like it's pretty easy now for me to do it, so I don't really want to do it, so I'll pay somebody else. Well, who should I pay? Well, from any business perspective, like I should pay whoever will do it the cheapest and the best. And these dudes do it the cheapest and the best. So it's like, it was a no-brainer. Okay, these dudes, because these dudes they do a good job, and they're, you know, like 15% the cost of these dudes over here. So it makes much more sense, especially when I'm the middleman now. I'm essentially a contractor just doing subcontract work because I'm subbing everything out. So it made the most sense to give it to these guys. And since once I got to a point where I was sending so much money over here, or at the time to me, now we're doing, like, I just fired pretty much all my clients, and that's like $90,000 a month worth of revenue. But at the time I was sending $10,000 a month over here, and I was making maybe like 14, 15, 16,000. So I had like $6,000 a month in my pocket, but I wasn't actually doing anything. So it made sense. Like, okay, I'm sending so much money over here, I should go actually meet these guys and see what's going on over here, so that I can have a higher level of control on what's happening and who I'm working with, and actually know, like, who are these people doing my stuff, and are they even the best, right? Because I'm looking on the internet. So since I'm on the internet, one of the companies I was working with, they sponsored my visa, and they, you know, they had me come over here, and I went to India Soft, and then I stayed over here for 6 months, and met a girl, and it just made sense. You know, it's like, I'm gonna run a software development firm, and I'm gonna hire people to do it. I want to be in the most cost-effective place. I sure don't want to do that in the United States because it's expensive. Why would I do that in the United States? Like, even if I look at the biggest people in the world, like if I look at Microsoft, they're sending the work over here. If I look at Facebook, they're sending it over here. Google, they're sending it over here. It's like, if all the key players in software engineering are sending most of the work over here, well, there's probably a reason for that. So I should probably just do what they're doing and should go over there and see what those guys are doing. And what are they doing? They're doing the exact same work for 10%, 15% the cost. Makes sense. Let's go do it. And the difference is there's not a lot of individual people that say, okay, let me go do it. It's the big guys that are like, hey, let's go set up shop over there because they have all the money. So you don't see a lot of small people saying, okay, hey, let's go set up, because there's lots of barriers to entry. Those barriers to entry kind of go away if you find a girl and marry them. And then, like, now you have a girl, now you marry them, and then now they can, like, set up a company and do your company stuff. And then, so the biggest barrier to entry is really being able to find somebody that you can trust, and have somebody that you can trust to actually set up all your legal agreements and actually establish your own company. And getting married falling in love and getting married, it kind of solves that. So the internet is just my domain.
Yeah, nice. That's good. I'm glad you're happy that way. So you seem to be very happy over there.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's definitely awesome. I mean,
yeah.
I've been able to do a lot in 3 years, and most of it's just been because I'm strategically placed over here. It's like my profit margin. I mean, in the last 3 years, we've done like $3.5 million in revenue, like in total revenue, and my costs have been maybe like 1.7 maximum, probably more around 1.4 of my costs. Everything else is profit. In the U.S., and the same thing in the U.S., I would have maybe $100,000 profit, maybe like $300,000 profit maximum. Like, I've had 10x the profit. Why? Because it's like at most 15% the cost over here than it is over there. So it'd be dumb, and it would just be so much harder because, like, everything would be much harder over there. I'd have to compete with people. Like, it would be harder to find a job because I have to charge much higher to do the job. So that's going to be harder, especially starting out. I can't charge $100 an hour starting out with no reputation because my competitors charging $150 and they got a long thing of reputation. Like, they got a long list of stuff they've done. So it's going to be harder to find the job. It's going to be harder to find the good guy to actually do the job because they can work for the competitor who's going to pay them more money because they can afford it because they got the more money and I don't have it. So it's like it was like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, I have to go over there because then I can compete in the price I'm going to pay. Then I can get a lot more resources. Why? Because per capita in the U.S., you got maybe like less than 1% per capita in the U.S. that are software engineers. Over here, you have like literally 5 times the population, and you have like a 4% per capita that are actually software engineers. So it's like, this is the highest population per capita of software engineers that exist in the world. So it's really a no-brainer.
Yeah, sounds it. Yeah, Cool. All right. So I haven't really got any questions. If I do, I'll send you a quick note and ask you. Other than that, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. So yeah, good.
So if you do have questions, send me a message.
Yeah.
The preferable thing is whatever questions you have, put them in the group first. That way, if somebody else knows the answer and I'm not available, they can answer them. If nobody else knows it, then they can ask their questions as well, and everybody can benefit of it. So if you have questions, just ask. Ask in the group. If you don't get an answer in the group, then just send me a message, and most of the time I try to be pretty responsive on Facebook.
All right, man. No problem. Will do.
Well, so you're good, Bill?
Okay, we're done. I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right.
I'm going to get started. Yep, I'm good. So, it's a pleasure meeting you, man.
You too. Hopefully we'll be meeting something good. Everybody will have a reunion in somewhere, India or an island.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, when you bought your own island, is that what it's?
Well, hopefully before we're able to purchase our own island, we'll meet before we're able. I'm thinking at some time though. I mean, there are several islands for sale still, and at some time, if we're successful, we could essentially buy our own island, because an island is just a couple $100 million, and like literally, Salesforce, one of our competitors, they make $10 billion a year, and we could buy an island for a couple $100 million. If we make $10 billion a year, like Salesforce, we could buy like 3 islands in a year if we wanted to. So I wouldn't be opposed to having an island.
I look forward to that, mate. I look forward to that. Okay, I'll let you get off. I know you're a busy man. So, good talking to you. And we'll have a beer one day. Yeah?
Sounds good. Have a good one, man.
You too, buddy. Take care.